Alright, you guys, let's talk about Sony's September state of play for 2023. Was it good? Was it bad? Did it deliver on what we expected? After that PlayStation showcase earlier this year, that definitely didn't give people what they wanted. A lot of people were hoping Sony would go ahead and do another showcase to really show that they are still a powerhouse in gaming in 2023, and that is not what they gave us. Instead, they gave us a state of play focused in on indies and third parties, not their first parties. Initially, I didn't really care too much about what was going to be shown here. I didn't really expect too much. Just because state of plays are kind of hit or miss. Sometimes you get a bunch of new announcements and a bunch of things to look forward to. Other times, all you do is just get updates on already released projects or already announced projects. So I was expecting a mixed bag here, and that's pretty much what we got. We got a bunch of random, indie games, VR, third parties, but overall, I think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing that Sony went the route of just showing us some of the stuff that their partners are working on, quote unquote partners, as in people who are making games exclusively for Sony PlayStation. And again, I don't think it was a bad move on Sony's part. In this video, I just want to talk about some of the games that excited me and overall, just what I look forward to from Sony in the future. Let's start talking about some of the games that got me excited, and one of them was Foam Stars. This is something we saw back in the last showcase. It was something a lot of people were very quick to write off. Then Summer Game Fest happened, and a lot of people started saying how it's actually really fun, and it isn't exactly what people think it's gonna be. People thought it was just gonna be a straight up Splatoon ripoff, which is what I thought, which I was happy with. But a lot of people were saying that it's not just a Splatoon ripoff, but it's more like another iteration of that genre. And that's fantastic to hear. I like to hear that there's competition in every genre, and Splatoon can't be the only like turf war style shooter. And I'm glad to see that they're trying to mix it up. They're adding different levels, different like areas, and they're giving us an open beta to try it out. This is what Sony needs, is to showcase the fact that their online matters, right? Because they don't have any really like exclusive multiplayer games, and they're charging up the butt for online play. So they need to start bolstering up their online with some pretty kick-ass all online games. Overall, open beta, I'm pretty excited for it. Ghost Runner isn't a game that I particularly love. I tested out a little bit of the first game. I didn't really felt it was for me. So Ghost Runner 2 just felt like it was going to be more of the same. But I was very glad to see that they dropped a demo for this game. And if you drop a demo for any game that I'm even slightly interested in, I'm going to check out the demo. Checked out the demo of Ghost Runner 2, and it's a fun time. Again, I don't think it's for me though. It's just it's the controlling is a little jarring for me, and it's not something that I feel like I can get used to easily. It's something I feel like I have to force myself to get used to. But overall, I was glad to see that there's a demo for Ghost Runner 2. One of my most hyped games that was shown off at the last showcase was Helldivers 2. This game for me looks freaking fantastic. This looks like a game that I want to convince some of my buddies to play, some friends, some family, somebody, so I can squad up and definitely kill some people, kill some monsters, do whatever the hell we're doing in Helldivers 2, because I'm 100% not exactly sure what we're doing in this game, but I'm very much sold on the concept, on the like direction. The art style looks freaking amazing. Overall, this looks like a fantastic game. My only concern prior was that a lot of people were saying it's going to release in October, and I did not have time for this game in October. Now we got an official release date, and it's set for February 2024, which is freaking perfect, because right now 2024 is an open slate. People can just start slotting in their games and start owning the mind share of those like early months. And Helldivers 2 looks like a perfect early year game specifically for 2024, specifically for Sony. This looks fantastic, and I can't wait to definitely hop into this game and see what it's about. Now let's talk about the only first party game that's actually coming out for Sony PlayStation in 2023, and this is Insomniac's Spider-Man 2. What can I say? Honestly, I don't know why they keep showing us this game, because I think everybody and their mom is already hyped for this game. If you have a PlayStation 5, your options are very slim on what you're going to be buying. And Spider-Man 2, I'm going to be honest, you can't go wrong buying Spider-Man 2. The game looks fantastic. Previews have came out for it today, and a lot of people have been singing it praises. From the gameplay, the exploration, the combat, everything looks to be what we liked about the original Spider-Man, amped up to the 10th degree. And this, again, it just looked freaking fantastic. I can't wait to see them play out the story of Miles, of Peter, and of whoever Venom is gonna be. Again, there's not much to say except for the fact that the game looks fantastic. It looks like phenomenal. Honestly, I don't know why they keep showing us. I guess it's because it's the only first party game they have to show us. So we keep getting just extended looks about it. But you know what? I think honestly, personally, Spider-Man 2 is big enough game where if this is your only first party game, I'm not even really mad about it. I said it in the beginning of the year that I think Spider-Man 2 is going to be the only first party game for Sony dropping in 2023. I was right about that. And I also said in the beginning of the year that I wasn't going to be mad if Spider-Man 2 was the only first party game because it's going to be that great. Spider-Man back on the PlayStation 4 was one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 4. Miles Morales upped it up a notch, and I love the gameplay of Miles Morales. I love the story of Miles Morales, and this looks to be a perfect blending of those two games. The exploration, the story, the dramatics, everything looks to be exactly what I want from Insomniac's Spider-Man. The final game trailer that I want to talk about is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, when I saw the Spider-Man 2 trailer and Helldivers 2, I was like, okay, I had enough. I didn't really need much more than that. Topping it on off with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and it being as amazing as it is, the trailer is freaking phenomenal. And you know what? I've been very excited for this game, but I've been tempering expectation just because I don't even want to think about next year yet, right? Because this is early next year. I don't even want to think about that. I want to focus on 2023 right now. But god damn, when I saw this trailer, when I saw the level of a remaking that this game is doing, it is beyond words. They're redoing Chocobo Racing, they're redoing Golden Saucer. Sephiroth is playable in that Final Fantasy VII remake style. I mean, everything you want and everything you've ever imagined Final Fantasy VII should be in 2023, 2024, whatever, they're fucking doing it, man. They're freaking going balls to the wall and giving Final Fantasy VII fans everything you probably ever wanted. Like, this game, I don't want to, like, disregard Final Fantasy VII Remake because that game is phenomenal for what it was. But this is definitely what we thought we were getting, and this is definitely more than words can really explain about how exciting this is for not just fans of Final Fantasy, not just fans of Final Fantasy VII, but fans of freaking video games. Because this game is going all out crazy with the combat, with the world, exploration, mini games, characters, party. Like, man, I know I'm going a little off, but as a big Final Fantasy fan, this gets me very excited. I love to see this. And again, it's one of those things that I've been keeping in the back of my mind because I don't even want to think about 2024 yet. But now that we finally got a release date, again, mind blown. Like, 2024 is already looking fantastic. This already looks like Game of the Year 2024. Obviously, we haven't seen a lot of stuff, but this is definitely setting the bar very, very high. And for it being an early year next year game, hopefully not a lot of competition, at least on this grand scale. This is going to do phenomenal in, critic reviews, in sales. This is going to be the game that hopefully shuts everybody up about Final Fantasy, man. In my opinion, I'm hoping this game can just prove that Square Enix isn't just a weird, reckless company that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Hopefully, this game shows that they're going to refocus their energy on what they do right, and that's fucking Final Fantasy, man. Anyways, those are all the trailers that I really liked from this. Overall, as a state of play, I think it was a good state of play. We didn't get anything new, but we got all the updates and all the information that we needed, at least for right now, on some of the upcoming titles. Obviously, we want first-party games, right? Obviously, we want updates on, like, what's going on with, Santa Monica, what's going on with, Sucker Punch. What are your teams working on? I get that. But you know what? If 2023 has to be this dry with first-party titles, for 2024, 2025 to, like, come out guns blazing, I'm all for it. But with that being said, 2024, 2025, they gotta deliver. There's no more, like, they can't have another year like 2023 where it's just the one big first party title. They can't have it. Not in this era, because even then, like, the last couple years, they didn't really have too much exclusive games. So they gotta stop with this, first party games making PS4, PS5 games. They got to just focus wholly on the PS5 moving forward. This state of play was fine for what it was, but we can't have too many of these going forward. That's all my final thoughts. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this video. Like the video if you guys liked the video. Please consider subscribing, as that does help us out tons. Let me know down below what you guys thought of the state of play. Did it deliver? Did it not? And overall, all that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video.